Hi, beautiful. Helga, she just joined the chat, the live. When the pickup artists started their thing, they had this idea of canned pickup lines, like you just say this, because they didn't know how else to approach a woman. So they're like, okay, how do we ask a question that is attractive? Hi, Anna. And that gets her interested in, makes her think. And one of the questions that they would go and ask women in the club was, who lies more, men or women? And it would get girls to be like, oh, I don't know, I think it's men. And the guys would be like, no, it's the girls. And it would get people talking, and then it would introduce him to a conversation. And so when I thought of the idea, it was kind of funny. I got the idea from a guy on Instagram. He was texting me, and what did he say? Well, first he was with a girl, and he was gonna have sex with her, but she said, "Oh, I can't because I had an operation on my pussy." I was like, it's possible. I mean, someone somewhere is having an operation on their pussy, but I was kind of like, well, I mean, maybe she's the girl who had it done, and I've heard of it before. But I was like, if someone told me that, I might be like, yeah, I don't know, are you just bullshitting me? And then another guy said that the girl he almost had sex with, it's a common problem for guys to get on a date with a girl and kiss her and bring her home and get close to sex but not quite finish the deal. And then another girl was like, oh, I'm on my period, which is very normal. It happens for a set period of time during the week or during the month. So it's very possible. But sometimes a girl could say she's on her period and she's really not, and I've had that happen. Most of the time they tell me the truth, but I've had it happen where a girl says she's on her period and then we end up still having sex. And I'm like, or maybe she was at the end of it, or the beginning of it. It wasn't all good. And then there's another situation where a girl told him, we're gonna fuck eventually, but not tonight because, I have to be up in the morning, da-da-da-da. And then he told me, it's been a month and I've asked her out 4 different times and she's always had to make an excuse, And so it's common for women to sometimes not maliciously lie. So there's a lot of motivations why a woman might lie, and some of them are good. One of them, women lie to save your feelings. You might ask a woman out and she says, "Oh, I have a boyfriend. I'm sorry," and it's because she doesn't want to tell you. I don't think you're that attractive, and she doesn't want to hurt your feelings. Because women are nice. I mean, some women are bitches, but a lot of women are really nice and they're very empathetic and they want you to feel good. And so, if you ask her out and she doesn't think you're that attractive and she wants to not make you feel bad, because sometimes I've asked a girl out and she was like, "Oh, sorry," da-da-da, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "But thank you for coming to say hi." Women care sometimes. Or sometimes their excuse is to protect themselves, because a lot of girls tell me that if you're a girl and you're watching this on Instagram or YouTube, you know this for sure. A guy comes up and gives you a compliment, and maybe he's kind of weird or creepy or blah, 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 and you ignore him and you keep walking, and he says, "Oh, yeah, you're so beautiful," and you keep walking, and he's like, "Ah, you fucking bitch, you're so ugly, I didn't even think you were beautiful in the first place." I've had so many girls tell me this. It happens in real life. It happens over Instagram. I know for sure. Girls have told me guys send them DMs and then they don't answer. They leave them on seen on red, and then the guy gets mad. He's like, "Yeah, you fucking bitch, fuck you. I hope you die." Like really extreme shit. So there's a reason why women might omit the truth, might not say it, or even outright lie and say, maybe I have a boyfriend, like, "Oh, my boyfriend's here, I'm waiting for him," because maybe the guy's being really creepy. And so she's not lying to be a liar, she's just lying to protect herself. So there's a lot of motivations for why she might be lying, but let's go through some ways that women lie. And the reason we want to understand this is because we want to empathize with women and we want to understand. The guys get real salty, exactly. But why would a woman lie? And then when we can understand why women lie, we can understand, we can empathize with them, and so we can not get so angry. Because if we understand why women lie, we cannot when you understand something, it's hard to get angry. When you truly understand someone and their motivations and why they did something, it's very difficult to get angry with them, because usually people have good reasons for doing what they're doing. And so also we cannot fall for bullshit, because we don't want to, be bullshitted. A girl says, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. Wait here, I'll be back in 5 minutes at the bar or the club. And you're sitting there and you're waiting for 20 minutes and she's not coming back, man. She's not coming back. So we want to make sure we don't fall for that stuff. And also of the reason where, hey, Sorin, of the reason why it's impossible to hear me. Oh, he said there's some audio issues on YouTube. Are you having anything, David? David, it's fine?
Yeah, it's fine right now.
Okay, Brian, I don't know what's up. I don't know why you're having audio issues. I think it's fine. Okay, let me check.
She's not coming.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine on my end, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, so what was he saying? Yeah, we just don't want to get bullshitted, because in the one example, the girl was like, oh, we're gonna have sex, one day, but not tonight. And the reason why it's not a lie. It's not like she's purposefully restart your computer. Darwin. Fucking killing me. Darwin just told him, restart your computer. It's always the technical wizard solution. Oh man, I love you, dude. Okay. So, she's not saying it to bullshit you. What she's saying, okay, women are very interesting. Guys, we kind of have, okay, here, I'll go over like the fundamental reason why, and then the examples, okay? Men and women operate on different structures of truth. Okay, good, I'm glad it's fixed. So men are very, what's a good way to put this? In some ways, they're very past-oriented. Foundationally, because like the past happened, it's set in stone. So when you tell a guy like, this is my word, you give a guy your word. If you say I'm gonna be there tomorrow at 9 and you show up at like fucking 12, okay, you're just you just suck at time, I get it. But if you tell a guy like I'm gonna be there for you, like it's something serious, something like really, really serious. If I'm gonna go work out with you tomorrow, whatever, you flake, you don't go, it's okay. But if you're like, I'm gonna be there for you, like super serious, like you give your word, or there's a lot of implicit trust when it comes between men. If you break that, we consider that a big betrayal, and you're not a man, like you've broken your bond. But with women, it's not that they're not trustworthy, but it's that they operate on a different structure of truth. For them, whatever they feel in the moment is the truth. And in a lot of ways, men are this way as well. You might love her this day and then you don't love her the next day. It's a human thing, but it's much more female. And so let's say you're with a woman and she really likes you. She's really attracted to you. And she's having a great time with you. And you're kissing, you're filling her up, but she's not quite ready to have sex. And she tells you something like, we're not going to have sex tonight, but we're going to have it eventually. She's not lying, but what she's saying is, I feel like I want to have sex. Like the idea of you dicking me down is a good thing. But right now, for whatever reason she has, it's not going to happen tonight. It's true right then and there. Especially if it's at a club, she's drinking, she's having fun with the Henny, with the twerking, with everything. She's having a good time. But then she leaves the club because you said, okay, honey, like I got your Insta, we'll talk, we'll get together, we'll link up and we'll smash, because she said she wants to fuck. Well, she leaves the club, she goes home with her friends, they grab pizza, they go home and watch fucking, I don't know what the fuck they're watching, Bachelorette or something, and then she wakes up the next day and you send her a text. And you're like, hey boo, it was nice talking to you, when should we hang out? It was one of the cats. She doesn't respond to you. Now, from a male perspective, you're kind of like, what the fuck? You promised me the pussy. you promised it. Like we signed a non-verbal or a verbal agreement where I was like, am I getting the pussy? And she's like, yes, you are, signed by me in fucking period blood. She gave you that promise. And for us, that fucking sucks. Because we think of the truth as in like save points. Like if you promise me this is what's gonna happen, right? But then because she's in a different state of mind, when she was with you in the club and she was making out with you and you were grabbing her ass and the music was going and she was having a good time, she's like, oh yeah, I wanna fuck this guy. Not tonight, but I promise, give you a kiss goodbye. And you're like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna, bitch, chifaj, pull them out. They just want attention. I swear to God, the cats, they're like fucking women. They're like fucking women. Like, they'll be sitting in the corner the whole day, but the minute that we start the Instagram, they want the attention. They want the attention. Fucking cats. That's why I love them, because they're just like women. Okay. So, basically, she's no longer in that emotional state where she's enjoying, like, the time with you. So you were fun for the club, right? But then the next day, this is actually a super funny situation, and I wonder if she's gonna see it. Okay, so basically there was this girl, and she has a boyfriend, and I said I would stop, messing with girls' boyfriends, whatever. But we were at the club, and we were talking, and we're dancing, and I'm grabbing on her ass, and she's like, yeah, I'm just having such a good time, I'm so drunk, and yeah, and we went outside, and I was with my friends, and her friend could tell stuff was going on, and so she pulled her away. And I kept I was dropping hints, like maybe we should hang out, I was like, we should hang out sometime. She's like, oh my God, definitely, And apparently she was telling me I love my boyfriend so much, I was like, okay, whatever, but you're letting me grab on your ass, so see, they're lying, right? My boyfriend's so important to me, but at the same time, I'm letting you grab my ass. Exactly, what you're feeling in the moment. So she's feeling great, and she's kind of feeling I don't know. And she was only with her boyfriend for 5 days. It was a brand new relationship. And so the friend was 100% she liked me at first, and then she knew what was going. She wasn't actively cock blocking. It was more just I'm not gonna give him no emotions. Yeah, I was fucked. And so at the end of the night, I went to go say hi to her, and I was leaving, and her friend ignored the shit out of me, and I talked to her, and I was like, all right, whatever. So I had her Instagram. And the next day I texted her, and she's like, hey, I have a boyfriend, and I really look up to him, and blah, 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 blah. And that's true, I'm not saying she's lying. But she definitely wasn't acting that way when she was in the club,
It depends on her friend. Her friend might be, talking...
poisoning influence. Yeah. But it was also, she even said, oh, I was drunk. I was like, that doesn't change anything. That's like someone cheating. Yeah, that's the truth. That's what I say. In vino veritas, in the wine is the truth. The way that you act when you're drunk is closer to who you really are, because now your guard is dropping. And the music was loud. That was why. And so she was in one state, and then the next day is in another state. Then she's like, oh, I was just drunk. But it's kind of bullshit, And then she says, but I wouldn't have done anything anyways, even though I was drunk. And I was like, that's also bullshit. I was literally grabbing your ass. If you're gonna, if my girlfriend was at a club and getting drunk, and she didn't make out with anyone, but she let a guy grab her ass, I'd be like, what the fuck? Fucking that's you might as well just have fucked him. Holy shit. You're basically there. Yeah. So, yeah. It's all about what you're feeling in the moment. Right. But as a guy, if the next day I would be like, I wish I would have fucked that, because you feel exactly the same, So women and men, women think of the truth as their current emotional state, and men think of the truth as a line that keeps going. Yeah. Like the truth is the truth here, and it's the truth over here. But for a woman, the truth can change depending on her mood. And this goes for everything. So let's go on levels. So I have to go to the bathroom. Every guy watching this, you've heard this before. You're talking to a girl at the club, and maybe she really has to go to the bathroom. Or you kind of fucked up, and the conversation got quiet, whatever. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, I'll be back. And some of us have been, sometimes I'll stay there just to see. They'll be like, oh, I'll be back. And I'll be like, I'm curious if she's really gonna come back. And I'll stand there. And sometimes they come back, but a lot of times they don't. And maybe their intention was to come back. Again, maybe 30 seconds later, they just changed their mind. And everyone's allowed to change their mind. So I'm not saying a woman can't change her mind, right? A woman can at any time say yes, or at any time change it to a no, or change the no to a maybe and back to a yes. Like, it's totally fine. But she's sometimes, when she's just trying to get rid of you, she's just like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And the reason she's doing it is possibly to save your emotions, because she doesn't want to be rude, you know? She wants to protect herself because she doesn't know you. You could be some crazy motherfucker, you know? And so she doesn't want to reject you. She's just going to say, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And she wants to, or like I said, she just possibly feels that she's going to come back, but then she's coming back and she sees a friend, or a different hot guy hits on her and she likes him better, and so she's going to go with him. You know, who knows? When girls say that they're busy, look, everyone has time to do what they want to do. You're not always going to be the priority in everyone's life. I have people who are very close to me, but if I have something else to do that I want to do, whether it's a video game or spend time with a girl or whatever, I'm going to go do that instead of hang out with them. It's not that they're not important to me or that I don't want to hang out with them, but, you know, my busyness is simply what I choose to spend my time on, because everyone has 24 hours a day. You know, even if you have a job, you choose to go to that job on an extreme level. You know, if she has to work and she says, look, I can't work, you know, or I have to work, I can't see you. Okay, cool. But there's time outside of work. If a girl wants to see you, I've dated women who are super professional, business girls, doctors, fucking law students, everything, every spectrum, you know? And they're super, super fucking busy. But if they really like me, they're gonna make time for me. They're gonna make time for me during the day, 2 o'clock in the morning to come fuck, 8 o'clock at night for a date, whatever. They're gonna make time for me. So when a girl says she's busy, it's true, but you have to add on the ending of, I'm too busy for you, but I'm not too busy for that guy, or for my friend, or for that guy, or that guy, okay? So it's not a malicious lie, but it's bullshit at the same time. Love, okay, love is a big one. I'm sure a lot of guys have heard of this and even experienced it. She tells you, you're the love of my life, I love you, I want to be with you forever. Okay. Then, a week later, she breaks up with you. I don't know. Okay. A month later, a year later. For us, when you say something like that as a man, like I said, the truth is it's a straight line. When you make that commitment, like marriage, it was invented by men. Obviously. We're together it was very obviously invented by men. Well, at the same time, women can have the feeling of it being forever because they can have this infinite layers of fantasy in their mind that goes on into infinity, and they think I want to be with you forever. So, you know, women can think of forever also. But it seems like it was probably a male construct. But a woman can feel in love with you at this moment, just like she can like you or feel lust for you. But then, the next minute, you do something to fuck it up. Okay? When a woman tells you she loves you, it's great, it's beautiful. You know, if you love her, tell her I love you too. But always remember, there is no such thing as unconditional love when it comes to romance. Because if you think about unconditional love, it's quite a big statement. Unconditional love means there is no condition under which I would not love you. So, it's conditionless, which means I've loved you since the beginning of time. Because time is a condition. If you really want to get serious with it, to have unconditional love, it must therefore, by necessity of definition, be towards everyone. You know, you can't have unconditional love for a single person because the condition under which you have unconditional love for them is that they are who they are, which is a conditional statement. Philosophy, okay? So, unconditional love does not exist in romantic love. Most of what we call romantic love is just lust. And we hide it as something more magical, and it could be. There could be a layer of true romantic love that is happening on some other level, but one of the levels it is occurring on is the lust level, and most of what we call romantic love, romantic love as a spiritual thing, as something higher, is really just I like fucking you, I want to keep fucking you. and also somewhat possessive. I want you to only be fucking me, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but don't hide it and pretend that it's the truth. Basically, is what I'm trying to tell you. So don't take it seriously when a woman tells you she loves you. Again, it's a beautiful thing, but don't treat it as something that's always going to be there, because it could be true one moment and then a lie the next moment. Okay, but it's not a malicious lie. It's something she's just feeling now, so it's the truth now. Okay. And then commitment. Okay. Just because a woman agrees to something doesn't mean, oh, you want to be in this? Fuck it, I'll just get you in here. Why not? One of the guys wanted to join the live stream. Can you dab for me? Oh, I don't know. What's up, dude?
This is the man right here. This is the I gotta get off because people are probably gonna find me out here. I don't want them looking at the post.
Yeah?
Yeah, but
Get Ethan on here. Ethan's laughing.
Ethan's out here. Quick. Alright, go ahead, keep preaching, bro. I gotta get out of here, but I just want some love.
Alright, bro. Ciao, man. I love you. I just saw the request and I was like, fuck it. You know, some random people like request to be in the video, and I'm like, I don't know you, but oh, Chris, hi. Oh, this is my brother, Chris. How are you? Oh, you beautiful man. You beautiful man. If I was gay, I would be with this guy. He's a gorgeous motherfucker. How are you, man? I'm just talking about why women lie about certain things. You know, and sometimes these hoes be saying things that are not the truth. They're capping. You know, you better. Oh, they can't help it. Oh no. Chrissy Chris. He's done with this girl's face, so he's like, fuck those bitches. He had his time with them. He's not about it anymore. Oh man, I missed Pride. I would have been there with you, supporting you. But okay, so anyways, what was I saying? Basically, bitches ain't shit, and they're always lying. No, I'm kidding. Okay, when it comes to like commitment, like ultimate commitment, I would say that you don't ever want to 100% trust a woman's word when it comes to marriage, for instance. Okay, here's an interesting thing. I was talking to a client, and he had a friend, and apparently he was talking about no sex before marriage, and, you know, he wants to get married. And I've heard this from guys, you know, they want to get married. They want for sure, like, commitment and love and whatever. For a man to put his trust in the notion of marriage is quite silly, right? Back in the olden days, when there was extreme punishments for infidelity, you know, it might be a reassurance, but women still cheated, even at the risk of death and stoning. And I'm glad we're not in that age anymore, because I think that's really an extreme fucking reaction to cheating. If a girl cheats on you, well, it sucks. Just walk away and let them be together and go find another girl. It doesn't feel good, I know, but for you to put your trust in an institution, even a legal binding, is because that's why we make a legal binding, right? Why would you make a legal binding if you trusted the woman, right? If you trusted her, then you could just trust the word, but then you add on a risk of divorce. But the risk is mostly to you, right? Given most of the divorce laws, especially in America, which are quite draconian, you're fucked if you break up. So you're hoping that some sort of document is going to, maybe you have an infidelity clause in your prenup or in your marriage agreement, you know, that protects you if she does cheat on you, which could actually help you in the end. But that just protects your assets. That doesn't protect your heart and your mind and your feelings. So you cannot, because of the reasons why we've explained how female truth structuring works, you cannot believe a commitment without conditions, right? I can believe a girl who has good habits and a good personality and she seems trustworthy, you know, I'm going to say, okay, I'll trust you with you being faithful to me. Okay. I'll put that trust in you. But you cannot expect that truth to continue regardless of your actions. And I think this is where the biggest mistakes that men make. And honestly, most cheating is men's fault. And the reason I say this is that most men make two mistakes when it comes to relationships. One, they just get in a relationship with the wrong fucking girl. That's probably the number one mistake with most guys, is they get serious and start dating a girl they should not trust. Because there are women out there, you shouldn't, you know, I talk about women in the general a lot, but, you know, there's a lot of fucking women, right? And there's a lot of good women, and there's a lot of bad women. And so there's definitely women out there who you should not trust for a variety of reasons. Maybe I could do a video on what to look for in a girlfriend. I think I've done a video on that. Didn't I, David? What to look for, red flags. Oh, it's coming up. Did we publish it? I don't know. I think I've done a video on it, but if not, I'll do one. There are certain behaviors and things that just make a person in general not trustworthy. So therefore, not because she's a woman, but because she is a person, and these behaviors and traits make them not trustworthy, you should not get in a relationship with them, okay? Basically. The second mistake that most men make is that they're lazy as shit and they don't work on the relationship or themselves, right? So it's kind of two things at once. They get in a relationship, and most guys have this mentality of, okay, I'm in the relationship now. We're good. I can relax. Nope. Sorry. There's a lot of guys who are like, I don't want to be single because then I have to go hunting and da-da-da. I'm like, a relationship requires work too. You got to talk to her. You got to fuck her. You got to spend time with her. You got to deal with trauma. There's a lot of shit that can go on, and it's a time commitment, okay? Having a girlfriend is like a part-time fucking commitment. It's a part-time job. And if you have more than one girlfriend, it's a fucking full-time job. So I would say that don't believe in commitment for the structure of women and like the way they see truth, but also because you need to first of all know that you're picking the right girl to expect commitment from and expect that truth, right? Basically, we're equating commitment with truth of I'm gonna be with you monogamously. I'm not gonna fuck anyone else, because that's really what we're just worried about. But also, you have to understand that there's conditions to their truth existing as the truth. Their commitment being them continuing to want to feel that I'm going to stay committed to you. And that's a lot of those conditions are relied upon you and the way that you are truly giving her a reason to stay committed, basically. Are you giving her a lot of reasons to stay committed? Are you fucking her good? Are you treating her well? Are you experiencing life with her? When she's with you, does she feel loved and understood and respected and cared for? Are you growing in your relationship? Does she feel secure in the relationship? There's a lot of things that you need to make sure she's feeling good about, because I think a lot of guys who complain about cheating, and you hear a lot of stories about women cheating, especially in the red pill community, and all these guys like, fuck women, you can't trust them, hypergamy, blah, blah, blah. But you kind of only hear his side of the story. And I know that a lot of people are full of shit. A lot of guys lie too. And people lie by omission as well. And that's a lot of ways that women lie too. I meant to get into that. Women can lie by omission, but so do guys. So it's not that you're telling something that's wrong, is that you're not giving the whole picture. And so when these guys complain about cheating, is they probably, they give their side of the story, and they don't include the fact that they gained 15 pounds because they got super fucking lazy. Maybe they had some reasons, work got busy, they couldn't keep it. But like I said, no one's too busy for the gym. You just choose that as a priority or it's not. You choose your health as a priority. You choose your relationship as a priority. So you can't say, I got lazy and I got fat. I stopped fucking my wife. I stopped romancing her. I stopped taking her out. I stopped seducing her. And then she cheated on me. What a fucking bitch. You probably contributed to that decision a bit. Now, I'm not alleviating her of her guilt. She did something that was wrong because she agreed to be with you only. If you guys had an open relationship or a one-sided open relationship or, whatever, you made an agreement. Stick to that, right? So she did something wrong. But you have to understand that you're a human being, she's a human being, we're fallible, and also because of the structure of female truth is different than men, and you can go cry in a fucking corner about it and masturbate all you want. Like, you can be as mad as you fucking as you want, but that's just how women work. Women just operate differently than men, and if you don't take the responsibility to understand that and to adapt to it and to improve yourself and to not expect the unrealistic, then you are going to find yourself in a heap of trouble, because you're just expecting unrealistic expectations, basically. And so for those reasons, women have a different understanding of truth. Your responsibility to women aren't going to lie to you and tell you, I have to go to the bathroom, I'm too busy, I love you and then I don't love you anymore. That's not going to happen if you're making yourself a really attractive guy and you're seducing girls properly. You are treating them well, you're fucking them well, you're understanding them well, you're taking time to actually listen to them. A lot of your problems could be avoided if you just listen to women. So women lie. Why women lie? To answer the question, they lie to save your feelings, to protect themselves physically, emotionally. Sometimes it's cowardice. Sometimes they just can't handle telling you the truth because of the consequences that comes with your anger. It's not like you're going to hit them, but because you shouldn't. But, if she tells you the truth of what she really did or how she really feels, and you're like, wow, okay. There's a lot of echoing. Oh, okay. Damn it, I was real deep into my soapbox. Anyways. Fuck, where was I? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, the reason why they are not giving the complete picture is for those reasons. To protect themselves, protect their emotions. Maybe they're just being a coward. But also, they just see truth differently. Women just operate differently than men. And I know that's a very controversial statement, which is kind of funny. Men and women are different, They can be equal, but they're, equal doesn't necessarily mean the same. Like, I have a great example. 4 equals 2 plus 2, right? They have equal value, but they have different tokens. That's the philosophy of mathematics term, is tokens, the actual sign that's being used, right? So 2 plus 2 equals 4, right? They have equal value. 4 and 2 plus 2 are the same, but they are represented differently, right? And so you can make women or men each other side, or you can have 4 plus 4, and then 6 plus 2, right? There we go. They both equal 8. 4 plus 4 is 8, and 6 plus 2 is 8. But they're looking differently, and they have different tokens, and they seem to operate differently. You're adding 2 to 6 instead of 4 to 4, okay? So that's women and that's men. They're equal, but they're different. And because they are different, one of those differences is that they handle truth differently. They experience truth differently. It's not as if they're maliciously doing this, too. That's what I really want to drive home. They're not trying to be liars, I guess. They just have a different understanding of truth. In a lot of ways, I would say that their understanding of truth sometimes is more accurate than men's. Because a man takes, this person's word, and he expects it to be their word. But anyone who's paying attention to that person who gave their word knows they're full of fucking shit and you shouldn't trust them. Okay? Now the woman, seeing it, goes, he said this, but I don't believe it. She adapts to the present truth based on her feelings, but her feelings are actually giving her accurate information. So her understanding of the truth is actually much more accurate. And so there are situations where the female truth might trump the male truth. But there are a lot of times, of course, that women are just lying because they're being cowards or they're being, they don't want to admit they fucked up, And so women will lie about everything. They'll lie about how many partners they've had sex with because they don't want you to think that they're a slut. They'll lie about how they feel about you. They'll lie about their schedule. They'll lie about what they have done or haven't done. Oh, I've never cheated before, and then they definitely have. So if you understand this, you'll understand women better. You'll have more empathy for them, but also you'll avoid yourself getting fucked over. Because there are a lot of times when a woman does lie, and it is going to hurt your life because you're going to expect something that you're definitely not going to get. And so I don't want you to have unrealistic expectations from women or from people in general. And so that's why women lie. Cool. All right. So let's move to the questions. I asked this girl if she goes out at night. She said she won't take the train at night, doesn't want to pay for Uber. Then I saw a story of her in a mega club with her friends late at night. This was a girl who's attracted to me too, so I don't know if that had anything to do with what she said. Maybe she was like, I don't know. What was the context? She doesn't take the train at night. Oh, because we were talking about safety at the time, right? So maybe she was just trying to paint herself as really careful. Well, she's with friends at a club, right? So maybe she got her friends to pay. I'm just trying to figure out. Obviously, you're asking this questions for a reason. I don't know. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't attracted to you. Maybe she was saying, I don't go out because she wants to avoid you asking her out. Or maybe she does like you and she just doesn't want to come off as a party girl. She wants to come off as a more kind of, I don't know, good girl, quote unquote. Should you continue to improve on aspects you've gotten good at or move on to the things that are out of your comfort zone? Oh, that's a very good question. Okay, for example, I am very comfortable approaching girls in bars and clubs, even large groups of girls. Nice, that's very good. But going up to a mixed group, street stops during the day, and going up to girls in front of certain people is out of my comfort zone. So if my goal is to figure out a quick night game and one night stand, should I continue to improve things I'm already somewhat good at or move on to the things I'm not good at yet? Well, that's good that you gave the context, right? Because it's kind of a general statement. Should I work at what I'm good at and, not work on what I'm bad at? I don't know. But that context, yes. If you want to be good at night game, you should get better at dealing with mixed groups because you're going to inevitably have to deal with guys. It's my least favorite part about night game is dealing with the men, especially because they're drunk and they're stupid. And I'm definitely going to 9.5 out of 10 times be more attractive to them in general. And so that's going to make them not like me, usually, because the girl that they want to fuck is usually going to like me. Usually. And then because he's losing the seduction battle, he's going to be like, okay, well, this guy's not that tall and, isn't some crazy looking guy, so maybe I can, intimidate him, which doesn't really work. But it's annoying. It's kind of like, I don't even want to have to deal with this. Like, oh, God, another peasant, basically, But you have to know how to deal with it. You have to know how to befriend the guy, strategically ignore him, but still address him. You have to know when to do which. I've had situations where guys wanted to fight me. I have had situations where I actually fought guys. But that's a very necessary skill for night game. For day game, approaching guys is pretty unnecessary. You could find a group of girls or just a girl alone during the day. That's the beauty of day game is you avoid all of the dumb shit that comes with night game. But if you want to get better at night game, then especially one night stands, you will have to deal with friend groups, and you're going to have to know how to entertain them. Because a lot of times it's not going to escalate to anything violent. That's just the extreme cases. But you will have to know how to deal with him being a little bit hostile to you, but in a socially calibrated way, and you have to handle it. And if you handle it correctly, he might like you. He'll respect you for the way that you handle yourself. She's like, my friends are here. And you're like, oh, okay, introduce me to your friends, right? And that makes you a little bit safer. There's plenty of pickups that I've done where I just kind of got her away from her friends and then, extracted her like a fucking Navy SEAL. extracting a hostage, you know, from the terrorists. The terrorists are her friends because they're just there to fuck me up. And there's other times where I've met the friends, and there's a lot of times in that situation where it's gone fucking terrible. They've like not liked me, or you know, it was great, but then you know, someone was interfering, and then it's gone great. The friends like me, you know, the guys, the girls, everyone, and then you get invited to a party with them, but that can be confusing because that could seem like a good thing, but ends up being a bad thing for you, or it can be a great thing. They're like, yeah, go with him. So. Basically, I would say in this particular situation, if you're not good at handling groups, then you need to. Hi, Hector, do you remember me? Bro, yes, you comment on all the videos, I know. Do you remember when I was the guy who asked you to solve the LMR issue where I had 2 girls pull under 5 hours to a motel? Oh, I don't remember this particular situation. LMR to motel, that sucks. You pay for a hotel and then you get LMR. All the times that I've luckily paid for a hotel, I've gotten laid. I was pretty sure. I was like, let's go fuck. And they're like, okay, but we have to get a hotel for a variety of reasons. I've done that. I did that in Prague. I did that here in Romania, actually, in Oradea, in David's fucking dirty ass city. I don't think you heard me. David, I'm talking shit about Oradea. I'm joking. It was the first city I ever went. It has but I got a hotel there when I was in Oradea. I just had to fuck with them. Where else have I gotten a hotel? America. Yeah, I think that's it. I've only had to do it a few times. But that sucked. Just any idea. Guys, advice. Don't be like, hey, I sent you a message. It's like, motherfucker, I got it. I'll get to it when I get to it. Just basic social value tips. Okay. Just ask me here. You got me right now. The fuck? I'm not gonna go on the Instagram and look at my DMs right now. I'm dealing with live chat. Ask me here. It's not easy for a girl to just break up with a guy because she's not lost interest in him for the reasons he stated. Men can't handle the truth and get angry at the life for protection. Yeah. There's a lot of men who, like, a girl will break up with him and he'll be like, no, you can't break up with me. I've heard that before. He usually gets cheated on right away. Okay, there you go. You're typing it out. Good. Okay. Living/dating a woman for almost a year now. You're living with her. I can sleep with other girls. She is faithful to me because I satisfy her completely. Yet, on a business trip with her boss, who's an old friends of benefits, and then the story stopped. Unless she specifically says, like as an agreement, like I was just talking about, like, don't take girls, like, I don't know, faithfulness seriously, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't get her to agree. Like, have her tell you specifically, like, I like to say, like, tell girls, like, I own your body, like, as a, I don't know, like a BDSM kind of thing. Like, I own your pussy, I own your mouth, I own your ass, you're mine, you belong to me. Girls kind of like that too, but you have to have a girl, like, very specifically say that. You can't just have this, like, assumption that she's fucking, like, so how did she say, like, you satisfy her completely? Did she say that as, like, a, here, you should have listened to the beginning of the video. Were you guys, like, fooling around and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm sleeping with other women, and she's like, yeah, well, I'm only sleeping with you. Did you capitalize on that and say, okay, so you're saying that you're going to be faithful to me, right? You know, did you have some sort of, or is it just a statement of her, like, oh, I'm only with you? You should take it seriously, but you should have kind of got a more firm statement, because what she said was, you satisfy me completely right now, but then maybe because of a variety of reasons, you no longer satisfy her because you said she went with an old boss. Going with bosses, that's Yeah, because he's in an authority position. Yeah, I'm guessing you're gonna tell me that he cheated, or she cheated. Okay, you deleted your message, so now I can't see it. Okay, Hector, I want to ask. I'm staying at a friend's house and for various reasons have no access to a car. How to get women to do the one driving both of us around on the date? Over text. So you meet her and you say, you know, yeah, let's grab a coffee, get her number, da-da-da. And then you guys text and you have the date set up, and then you just tell her, hey, so how would you structure it exactly? Hey, let's meet there at the 7 p.m. Be like, oh, by the way, since I'm trying to write it down because it's important to like put it in text form because it's a text. Since I'm visiting, I have no car. Could you pick me up? Yeah, that's cool. So here, I'll type it. How to ask. So you set up the time, and you're like, da-da-da, okay, I'll see you then. By the way, I'm typing on my friend's account, by the way. It's going to come up as David Mogan. By the way, since I'm visiting, I have no car. Could you pick me up? There we go. Like that. It's short. You're not like begging. You're not over-explaining. You're just giving the information. Since I'm visiting, I have no car. Could you pick me up? Boom. Very confident. Should work. Okay. When you approach a girl on the day, do you have to get them completely to stop to talk to you? Oh, you can walk and talk. I've had guys tell me about this. You don't have to stop and talk. You can walk and talk. It's totally okay. You don't have to like get her to stop so she's complying with me. If she stops, it's a good sign. Like if you stop a girl and you're like, oh, excuse me, and she's like, hi, and like stops to give you full attention, it's a very good sign. But I've had plenty of situations where a girl kept walking and she, thank you, and you know, and you get her number and you fuck off. It's totally fine. But it is a good sign if you get her to stop. Usually it's a good sign if she stops once you go for the Instagram. If you keep walking while she's like grabbing your number, it's usually she's kind of really not super into it. It's good if she stops at some point. Yeah, cool. What's your opinion on being shorter than the woman? It doesn't fucking matter. When you bend her over, she's half your height. I don't care if she's 6 foot. I've fucked girls who are 5'11". I'm 5'7". When you approach girls and suggest a date, what if they tell you they don't like coffee like that, or they don't drink at all? I've had girls say that. They're like, oh, I don't like coffee. I know that they're just saying that because they don't want to go on a date with me. It's like, hey, you want to go on a date? They're like, I want to drink coffee. It's like, okay, bitch. Like, the whole point was just to see you. Like, we can do something else. You could give up, or you can just be like, okay, fine. What do you do? Do you walk? Right? Do you have legs? You could kind of tease her. And she'd be like, yeah. Be like, all right, fine. Let's go for a walk. I don't like to walk. Okay. Are you just trying to tell me that you don't want to go out with me? Like, you could be super direct. I mean, usually by that point, there's like a 5% chance you're going to get her out. I don't know. It's fucking worth it. So why'd you ask if opinion on dating women that are taller? You mean like as a social thing? Like, should you have a girlfriend who's taller than you and you walk around with her? Yeah. It will feel weird, but it kind of makes you look cool. Like, damn. Homeboy's walking around with this gorgeous girl and she's taller than him. He's got confidence. It turns a weakness into a strength. How do you cope with rejection after rejection? Well, it gets better. The more you get rejected, the better you get at getting rejected. I mean, think about it. I've done definitely over 15,000 approaches. Probably close to 20,000. Guesstimating, but definitely over 15,000. I would say I've always been pretty good at dealing with rejection because it was kind of like I'm going to show you, you know, you might need to discover a reason. You might need to come up with some sort of motivation that is bigger than the rejection. The pain of the rejection will never go away. There will be times when it's less because you're doing, like if you're getting a lot of success recently, then you're not going to feel it as much. You're going to feel okay, whatever, right? Because you're fucking these hot girls. That's when rejection is the easiest. Well, sometimes also, rejection can hurt the most when you're doing well. Because then you have this big head, like, oh, I'm this big pimp now. And if you reject me, like, whoa, I thought I was this, you know, maybe you went on a streak. Maybe you fucked like 8 girls in like a month or something ridiculous. Actually, that happened. I think it was like, was it 8 girls in a month? It was something ridiculous, like, or a month and a half, I don't know. And I felt amazing. And I was on a streak of like every date that I went on, or every girl that I got with, I had 100%. Like if I went on a date with her, I fucked her. And then at some point, I got rejected, and I didn't get a girl. I didn't sleep with her, and it really sucked because I built up this image of myself, and I didn't want it to pop, but it did because I'm human. What tweak did you use to overcome your approach anxiety? The biggest one is I just decided that I wouldn't be able to get anything if I have approach anxiety. To me, it's kind of simple. I had it when I was really young. But then once I went to college, I was like, fuck it, you know. You can also deal with approach anxiety step by step. Like, deal with it in this moment, and then in this moment, and then this moment. If you're looking for some big solution to approach anxiety, you're maybe going to have some trouble because you're going to have a really huge motivation. But if you just deal with it like in this moment, like, okay, I'm not going to get anything with her if I don't approach her. Okay, well, fuck it. Okay, you did that one. Or you don't do that one. And you're like, oh, fuck, I should have done that. Now I'm getting nothing. Here, I'm sitting around with my fucking thumb up my ass. So you can deal with it case by case. But the biggest answer to how to deal with approach anxiety is you got to come up with some sort of reason, some sort of why. And mine is very simple. It's just I'm not going to get anything if I don't approach. And also I'm very tough on myself, so I call myself a bitch. That's another one too. Be like, oh, why are you being such a fucking pussy? What are you afraid of? She can smell the food. If I find that too much time passes in between a cold approach and next meetup, it fizzles out. Okay, no matter how good the open was. Keep in touch with her. Oh, Devon. Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah. Yeah, dude. Are you not keeping in touch? Do you remember? Like, if you meet a girl, and then you want to meet up with her, let's say you meet her on a Sunday, and you're like, oh, let's grab coffee. She's like, yeah. And then, you know, let's say you set it up for Friday. You should hit her up on Tuesday or Wednesday. Be like, hey, hope you're having a great day. You can't just, like, disappear and then, like, be there, you know? Like, yeah, you set up the date, but, like, in her mind, she's like, well, if we're going on a date, then, you know, we're kind of like, we should talk, like, you know, if too much time passes. This is assuming it's a cold approach and there's no social circle or anything else, yeah. Hit her up every once in a while. I like to ping girls. Just like ping them. Like every, I don't know. I'd say if you haven't talked to her in a long time, I'd say hit her up every like week or two. Maybe it's just life getting in the way and you can't see her. If you have a date set up, then you need to hit her up at least the halfway point between the date and the time that you set up the date. But if it's one of the situations where you just kind of like lost touch, I'd hit her up every week and see how she is, and then ask her out at some point. My thoughts on Corey Wayne. I don't really talk about other dating coaches, to be honest, because there's some I like them and some I don't, to be honest. But one of my personal favorites right now is Alpha Male Strategies. I would super recommend him. He's super cool. I'm a big fan of his videos. But apparently he learned a lot from Corey Wayne. Someone told me that. So personally, I haven't watched that many Corey Wayne videos. I've watched a few. But if you say that the correlation is strong between our teachings and his, then he's doing well, I guess. How to deal with when a girl puts a precondition of a serious relationship for sex? Yeah, that's super normal. Basically what he's asking is, if you want to have sex with a girl and she's like, no, we can't have sex unless we have a serious relationship, then one of the ways that you can just bypass it, first of all, and you can just like be really passionate and be kissing her, and the context is super important here, because there's a lot of ways to deal with it. I'm trying to think. My number one way of dealing with it is I explain to women, look, it's possible that we will evolve into, this is actually like the speech that I give women, to be honest. And it's completely honest, and it's kind of something that I formulated. I like to fuck girls, so I tell them that, first of all. I like to fuck women. And so even if I do get in a relationship with you, I'm going to sleep with other women. If we somehow do evolve into a relationship, that'll be great. I don't really like one-night stands too much anymore. If I'm going to fuck a girl, I want her to be quality enough that I want to see her again. Maybe we will only see each other 2 or 3 times because of life. We just fizzle out, whatever. But I want to date. I want to fuck a girl that is worth fucking again. And I'll leave that possibility open. So some guys, basically, you're either going to agree to her terms, you're going to reject her terms, or you're going to change the terms, right? Okay. Let's think of it as that. That's cool. Business agreement. You either agree to her terms, you refuse her terms, or you find some sort of new deal. So she says, no sex before marriage. Or before marriage. Fuck, you're fucked. No sex before a relationship. Okay. Then what you say is either, a lot of guys are like, no, I'm not looking for anything serious, let's just fuck. That can work. I've had that work where I'm like, no, I'm not looking for anything serious. Like, why do we need to have sex before, why do we have to have a relationship before we have sex? We can have really hot sex, and you can kind of just like sell the sex, right? Like, oh, I'll fuck your pussy, I'll make you squirt, I'll make you come. I know you want my dick. Look, I'm fingering your pussy. Look how wet you are. Like, you can play that game. What I do is I renegotiate, and so I renegotiate. We'll definitely make a video about this, David. We'll make a video about this. This is good. I renegotiate. When I tell the girls, like, look, because of my lifestyle, I can't fully, in your definition, commit to a serious relationship where I only fuck you. Okay. But it's possible that we can have a relationship where built on trust and love and sex and good conversation and good times, and maybe that'll evolve into a serious relationship, and my particular brand of that is where a girl is faithful to me, but I fuck other women still, but she's kind of like in a special position. She's kind of my princess. And so I renegotiate the terms, and I tell her, look, it might evolve into something and it might not, but I think we should have an amazing time tonight with each other right now because we're with each other right now. And I really try to focus on, let's do it now and enjoy that. Because of a variety of reasons, you can lose her if she leaves. Because like I said, women lie and they'll say, maybe we'll have sex in the future, They mean that right now, but tomorrow their mind's going to change and you lost pussy when you should have just pushed for it and used your cleverness and your honesty too. Be clever, but be honest as well. The way I'm clever is I renegotiate the terms. And I sell the sex, but without refusing. Because sometimes if you're like, no, I don't want anything serious, and you refuse her terms, then she shuts down. what I do is I leave it open the possibility, but I let it be. Oh shit, the live went down. 1 second, guys. Okay, so I allow the possibility of a relationship, and I don't outright refuse it, because you can lose some girls that if you refuse it to, they're not going to be down. There's no perfect solution, you know. You can't always say the right thing that'll make her fuck you, but you can go like this, because a lot of guys, we think binary, like either accept her terms, and that's what a lot of guys do, is they either agree to a relationship before sex, or they have sex under the precondition that they're going to have a relationship and they follow through with it. But some other men, really pieces of shit, what they'll do is they'll pretend like, they'll sell that they're going to be in a relationship and then have sex and then totally disappear. And that's because that's just straight up lying. That's really shitty. Okay. My girlfriend says she's satisfied with me completely. She enjoys her time with me immensely. Is what she says true? Should I allow this? Is this right? Well, you have to get her to specifically say that she's like, are you monogamous with me? And you didn't finish the story about the trip with her, like, boss. Was there anything, like, he's her boss and they used to fuck? Yeah. Does she drink? Did they go to happy hour? I wouldn't trust that shit. Fucking kidding me? No way. No way. I'd break up with a girl over that. Hey, I'm going on a business trip with my boss. Who's be like, yeah, sorry, bitch. Nope. I don't trust that shit. Some of you think that's extreme. I don't care. How to ping girls. Yeah. How to ping girls. Good. That's a good video. What's up, bro? Okay. What you said before on the first date, when you ping to keep in touch, should you go into deeper conversation or keep it light with banter? Okay, what I do is I just say, hey, I hope you're having a great day, smiley face. And then what she'll do is she'll be like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, what are you up to? Then you can have a conversation, but then you let it die. I had that actually today. There's this girl, I have a date with her, and I just said to her, yeah, did you sign up? Nice. He's got another coaching client. Well, he's an old coaching client, but he's signed back up. If you want to sign up for coaching, check the link in the description or send me a DM on Instagram and we can discuss a plan that is right for you. Okay. But for real, coaching is amazing. It's basically this, but I'm completely focused on you and your issue. And we're talking face to face, which is amazing. So we have a date. And I said to her, hey, hope you're having a great day. Because I want her to have a good, like I'm actually caring about her because I want to put my penis inside of her and I like girls. And so that evolved into a conversation because she said, oh, I'm at a work thing, How are you? Oh, I'm good, We're talking. Yeah. And then you let the conversation die in a natural, well, it's kind of hard to know when to let it die. But there's also an important place to know when to let it go. But yeah, so you just say, hey, I hope you're having a great day. This is what I'm up to. Blah. That's it. Is AMS a little too brutal in your opinion? No way. No. Have you seen my videos? I mean, if anything, I'm more brutal than him. He phrases things much differently because he has a completely different personality than mine. But no, I don't think he's too brutal. I don't think you can be too brutal. I don't think that's possible. I think you could be cruel, but I don't think you'd be too brutal. Deal we had was she's satisfied with me and would only sleep with me, and I can sleep with others if I so choose. Then she went on a business trip with her new boss, who is a former friends of benefits. It took multiple questionings to get the whole story and how close it was to happening. She was on her knees and... Wait, what? Wait, what? Bro, what? This story just went from like here to here. Okay. So, it's an ebook, by the way, just so you know, it's an ebook. I have a physical copy. I have people who have printed it out, but it's an ebook for now. Okay, bro, the fuck did you just say to me? So you just told me she agreed to only have sex with you. Then she goes on a trip with her boss, her new boss, who's a former friends of benefits, so they've had sex. And you're like, no, I don't think she's had sex with him. Then you tell me it took multiple questionings to get the whole story, So she's hiding, so you have to keep asking her about it to get the full story. If you have a girl who's like, you're a girl, she should be very forthright with the information. Then she said, and how close it was to happening, she was on her knees in front of him. What? What? Does she really get that horny? Should I allow her to find a... What? What? Bro, how fucking stupid are you? Like, what? She was on her knees in front of him. And what, his hotel room? Of course she did something. And if she didn't, that's still cheating. I don't care if fucking they didn't touch each other. If she's in a room with her ex-fuck buddy on her knees in front of him, and let's say she really didn't do anything, because, I mean, that's very unlikely, but let's say, because I've had situations with girls who I'm grabbing their ass, I'm kissing their neck, but then they don't kiss me and don't fuck me, right? But even if I was their boyfriend, I'd still break up with them. I'd be like, what the fuck? The fact that you were even in that situation means I can't trust you. Because the next time you're in that situation, I can't trust you. I've had that happen where boyfriends find out about me and his girl like hanging out. We didn't fuck or anything. We didn't even kiss, right? But I was grabbing her ass, just holding her hand. Or maybe the most I did was spend 8 hours with her. If my girl spent 8 hours alone with a guy, are you fucking kidding me? I don't care if you didn't kiss. You're gone. Sayonara. Breaking up. No fucking question. Nada. Even grinding. Fuck. Even if she's dancing with a guy and grinding on it. Fuck that. Breakup. Ciao. You might consider that very militant and extreme. I don't give a fuck. I'm here for myself. And if this isn't a situation that is ideal for me, and I can't trust you based on your behavior, Jesus, dude, you break up with her right now. And you're living with her? Pull up, man. Oh my God. Whoa. Nope. Man, that made me angry. Salud, che fach, man. How you doing, Radu? But yeah, dude, dude, that was horrible. Your girl, like, yeah, she probably just cheated on you, to be completely honest. Then it's settled. Yeah, good. Break up with her, man. Yeah, for anyone out there, if you have a girlfriend and she does suspicious stuff, it's better to just break up with the girl. If you're questioning whether or not your girl is loyal to you, break up with her. Break up with her. It's not even worth thinking about. If you have to question her a lot, if you have to go through her phone, fuck that shit, man. She's cheating. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You have so many better things to do. You can go find a girl who actually is loyal to you. And if you're living with her, bro, fuck, man. You gotta get out of that. See? That's why you don't get into large commitments with girls until you really, really know them. You gotta be fucking... you gotta be careful. You gotta be really careful with what you do with your money, with your dick, and with your time. That shit is priceless. Especially your time. You're welcome, man. Oh, Croatia. Hey, cool. I haven't been there. I've been to like half of Europe, but I still haven't been to Croatia. Do I have any other stories with chicks with a kid? Yeah, kind of. Well, the only MILF I've technically fucked was a stripper here in Bucharest, actually. I met her down in the center, and I fucked her. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I have a daughter. I was like, cool. Okay, so anyone else got any questions? Any other questions? She was praying for her sins. Yeah, exactly. Like, what? What are daily questions that should ask my girl to make her more excited? Not daily questions. I just have normal conversations, dude. I have normal conversations, but I have them in unique ways, if that makes sense. Hey, how are you? Smiley face. But you develop that into nice conversation. The first question is going to be simple, but how you develop cool conversation is through... It's very hard to teach you how to have a conversation. It's better for you to come to me with a conversation than I analyze it. I can't just tell you, here's how I have a conversation. Yeah. What time frame would you give yourself usually to screen a new girl? For a girlfriend? Okay. I would say I would screen a girlfriend in... I could probably do it in a date or two. Yeah. I I could screen a girl because I'm good at asking questions. I'm very good at discovering, and I know if people are full of shit. I trust people, but I can also tell when people are full of shit. Here's what I learned. I need to learn if she, what's her parental situation? You know, were her parents around? Were they supportive? Were they loving? Sorry, but daddy issues and mommy issues definitely cause behaviors that are not conducive to fidelity. Drug and party habits. How many men she slept with. This is just fucking statistics. The more men that a woman has slept with, the more likely she is to cheat. That's just fucking math, bro. Like, it's just straight, just how it works. But also there's reasons psychologically. Certain things happen when a woman sleeps with a lot of men. It shapes her views on relationships and love and sex. Her religious situation, women who are religious tend to be, I'm not saying just because she goes to church on Sunday doesn't mean she's a huge, she could be a huge slut who takes it up the ass every fucking day. But if a woman comes from a nice, solid religious background, it can be conducive to commitment. Does she work out and take care of herself? Her social class. This is actually true. Women of higher social classes tend to be more committed, not only because they're usually raised under different circumstances, but actually I think that's a reason. Let's see. Women who have degrees, who have studied a lot. If a woman has a master's or is a doctor or something, that shows she can show commitment, right? If she can give 8 years of her life to a single degree, that means she has within her she has the potential to give commitment. She has that drive, that discipline. She has discipline. There we go. And so it's very good to date women who have advanced degrees, or at least have accomplished something. She doesn't have to have a degree, but maybe she owns a business, or she works in this particular office for this many years. But if she's constantly fucking getting new jobs and she's unstable. She's unstable. If she's constantly getting new hobbies, new friend groups, then she doesn't have stability. So look for stability. Now, a lot of these traits can sometimes make women boring, right? You want to have a little bit of crazy in women, but if you're looking for fidelity, then stability, discipline, low partner count, doesn't drink a lot, blah, blah, blah. You can find that all out within 1 or 2 dates if you're good at asking questions. Cool. Should men be MGTOW and learning this stuff on Girls Chase? I don't even know what that means. But no. Most MGTOW guys piss me off. They're just fucking losers who can't get laid, and so they want to go whine that they can't get women. If you want to be MGTOW, go be a monk. Okay, I'll answer one more question. Ramnicu Valcea? Is that in Romania? It's a city. Oh, okay. There was a guy on Instagram. Merci fromos. I don't feel like if you want to hire me as a coach, you can. Or if you're happening to wander around Bucharest when I am. I don't feel like talking to girls through text, but they want to. How do you do it? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is something that I avoided for a long time because I'm like, I went from a lot of texting to I don't want to text a lot, or I'm sorry, I don't want to text too much because I want to be like mysterious and cool. But then girls would text me and I would sometimes like end conversations or ignore it, and then obviously like I would lose them. And I'm like, okay, this is you gotta be a human being. So keep conversation to the minimal if you can, but there is some power to checking in with a woman and kind of pinging her every once in a while. And if she does start a conversation, then you should follow. Like I said, I hit up this girl. I was like, hey, hope you're having a great day. Then she talked to me, and I met her briefly, for 2 minutes, and I got her number, and then we have a date. And then she's like, oh, I'm doing this. How are you? Da-da-da. And, actually, while we were on live, she sent me some messages. So you kind of want to enjoy it sometimes too. It's kind of fun to talk to her. I don't know. I like getting a notification from a girl. It makes me happy. If I get a girl, like a notification that, this girl wants to talk to me, I don't know. I think it's cute. It makes my heart warm. Okay? So you got to like something about it. But don't be so involved with it that you're texting her so much that, you invested too much time in her. And also, if you text too much, there's a lot of possibilities for you to fuck up. That's the main reason why I don't support too much texting, is because you're increasing the likelihood that you're going to say something stupid and miscommunicate and fuck it up. But if you want a template, check in with her every 3-4 days. Have a brief conversation. Hey, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Keep it light, keep it fun. And if it doesn't evolve into a long conversation, let it go. But if she's pushing to talk a lot, do enough of it that you're satisfying her, but not so much that if she's initiating a lot of first contact, then you can just sit back and allow her to initiate that contact. And then transform that or leverage that into a date and then fuck her, because obviously she's very interested if she's talking to you a lot. Because if she's a bad bitch, she has a lot of guys she could be talking to, but she's choosing to FaceTime and text with you. So take advantage of that. Cool. All right, guys. I'm exhausted. Good talking to you. Hope you enjoyed the live stream and the live on Instagram. I would really appreciate it if you guys follow me on Instagram. If you're already on Instagram, then I assume you're following me already. But if you're on YouTube, my Instagram is in the description below. It's Papi Castillo, Papi.Castillo. The O is a 0. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on Instagram, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Girls Chase. Like the video, ring the bell. And if you really want to help me, check out my college book. It helps even if you're not in college, because it teaches you the structure of social circle game, which is basically how to make friends and deal with friend groups and get girls in those friend groups. And so it'll help you whether you're in high school and you're in college or you're fucking 50. We're all dealing with social groups and the principles are all the same. The stories are college based, but like I said, the principles still apply. And I appreciate if you pick that up. It helps me survive and eat and do the things that I want to do, which helps me continue to meet girls and have fun. And also check out One Date if you want a really big streamlined process for getting girls to meeting them to the date, from the date, home, have sex, and turn her into a girlfriend all in one. Like seriously, it's just a streamlined process. Then One Date is your deal. So King of College is great for a social circle game, and One Date is great for just an entire process on how to get a girl, meet her, and get her on a date. So check that out. It's also in the description below. And then if you really want to get good really fast, sign up for coaching. And actually, while we were on the Instagram chat, one of my old clients signed back up, and it's a bit expensive. So if you don't have about $4,000 on you, then yeah, that's how much it costs. It's 12 weeks, 12 hours, but it's probably one of the best things you can do for your. You're gonna get success. I guarantee that you're gonna get something if you put in the work, because I'm gonna give you the right advice, and you're gonna have fun. So if you really want to get good, then I would suggest personal coaching. We talk like this, face to face, but I'm focused on you, and there's no other way to learn better than that than if I was just with you right there, telling you to go talk to that bitch over there. But unless you're in Bucharest, or if you want to come to Bucharest, you can also do that. And I can teach you in person. I have someone coming in about 3 weeks to do that. So if you want to do that, let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram and we can talk. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Love you guys. Like the video, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you very soon.